I'm here with Dan Gale, who is the owner of the Estelle Holiday Park, who was one of the landowners who was affected by Cyclone Gabriel. Kia ora, Dan, and thanks for joining me.
Morning, Andrew.
Yeah, good to see you. Dan, you've been through quite a time, especially with the sort of Category 3 buyout process, voluntary buyout process with the council, with the Hastings District Council. The latest thing is that the Hastings District Council decided at a meeting yesterday that they would close the voluntary buyout office at the end of the year. Did you know that this was coming up? Did you know about yesterday's meeting at all?
No, I had no idea, and neither did other residents that I've spoken to this morning. In fact, I've been asking the council the simple question of when will they be closing the offer, and I was asking consistently, are you going to hold it open until the 30th of June 2025, knowing that they'd given themselves the power to change that at any given time? And quite frankly, I'm disgusted that we've had no consultation.
Would you have gone to the meeting if you knew about it? And what do you think you could have done by being there?
Yes, I would have gone to the meeting. I would have requested to speak to the councillors. I would have told all of the other community members who didn't know about this as well, and we would have had a turnout of a substantial amount of people.
Because they're saying that you've got till the end of the year, and I think 31st of August is the date when they think that the majority of things will have been processed. And they also are saying in a communication with us yesterday that they will obviously follow up with those people that still need to be sorted out. They also say that today they told me they're writing to those people who haven't responded yet to try and sort things out. Do you accept that this is enough, or do you expect more?
I expect far more. Like I previously said, I've been asking how long it's going to be open for months, and they have refused to answer that. I even had Rob Johnson from the Department of the Prime Minister's Cabinet go and have a meeting with them to get these answers. And I happened to be meeting with them at 1:30 yesterday, pretty much as deciding about this without telling us. And he wasn't able to answer any of my questions because they weren't forthcoming with the information. It's
No.
simply not good enough.
Yeah. No, you're also saying your local councillor didn't tell you about the meeting as well. Are you in regular communication with the council?
Yeah, I've been in regular communications with Tanya Kerr since the beginning of this whole debacle, and she knows that I've been asking these questions. In fact, all the councillors should, because I've been emailing them all. Unfortunately for us, Nigel Bickle has instructed the buyout team to no longer engage with us until we go in there, have our initial meeting and sign the paperwork, which starts the ticking clock for this buyout process, and they refuse to answer my questions satisfactorily.
So what are some of your questions, Dan?
So I want to know for my family, because we obviously own the holiday park, are we entitled to a buyout for our business, given the fact that it has, people sleeping here as the core component? And if not, are we going to be prevented from running our campground, as the Hastings District Council is responsible for issuing us a camping ground license? And they will not put on paper what the answer is.
So you don't just want to buy it for your house. You want to buy it for your business as well, because it's integral. It's all part of the same thing.
No, the house isn't for sale to the council. Not a chance.
So
However, if they're going to prevent me from running my business, then that component I need to be compensated. My whole livelihood, my whole family's livelihood is gone because they've put in a category system that has no basis in statutory law, and HDC is basing their decisions on Category 3 land, which has no basis in law.
So what is the next step for you? I mean, are you going to wait until the council gets in touch with you, or are you going to contact them yourselves?
Well, yeah, I'll be getting back in touch with them to see what's going on. I am meeting with a lawyer on site on Thursday, and I will be making multiple complaints to the Ombudsman about this entire process. And I know I'm not the only one. The worst part about this whole schmozzle is that they have gone and decided to close the buyout office, and they want everyone to have engaged by the 31st of August. By the time it's complete, it's basically only going to be open for 9 months. People still haven't got their insurance fully settled. My parents are still sitting on 2 insurance claims that have not yet been finalised. So, and they can't answer our questions about our mixed use properties. We just don't fit nicely in their tick boxes.
So what does the future hold for you? How do you see yourself getting through this? I mean, is there ever going to be another Estelle holiday park?
Well, yeah, they either have to compensate me fairly and or let me run. The hypocritical thing is they are allowing camping to occur at Pukitat Park, which got smoked by the cyclone. The water was over the top of their toilet block, and they're allowing freedom camping there as we speak. But that's in Category 1 land, so that's apparently okay. There's not even anyone there to evacuate them should a storm happen.
So what you've been through quite a bit since February last year. What sort of toll has this taken on you and your family, Dan?
Massive toll. We had to go from our home to live in town, which is for us such a different environment. The stress levels are through the roof. The kids are uneasy. They always ask about when are we going to go back to the camp. You know, my plan was in life was to expand the business, which we were underway doing, and eventually hand it to my kids. So our whole trajectory in life has absolutely changed. And basically, we want our lives back, and we are being prevented by the council, or if we're not being prevented, they're definitely threatening us that we are being prevented from running. So I want my life back. If this is a truly voluntary buyout that only applies to residential use, why are we having our rights stripped off us, and they won't issue consents, and yet they give a vague thing of, oh, you can apply, but you probably won't get it. So that's not voluntary.
So if you had to ask for one thing from the council, what would that be now?
To give me the answers of whether I'm being compensated fairly or whether I can run. My land is just about ready to grass. In another week, I'll be sowing my place back into grass and carrying on.
So you're going to
I don't have a choice.
So you're going to carry on with your business, no matter what happens.
I have to carry on preparing to reopen it. Every day that I have to work on this, I have to give up more of my resources, time, money, because I can't afford to not run or be compensated. I can't afford for nothing. They can't just say, we're not going to compensate you because you don't fit in the tick box, but we're also going to prevent you to run. That's not an option for me or my family.
Well, Dan Gale, thank you so much for your time. I'm sure we'll be touching base with you again soon, and hope things work out for you and your family.
Thank you, Andrew. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.